So there are certain movement practices where we want to address certain things that don't usually get addressed. For example, balance, right? Um, because balance is not, it's not really show offy, right? So the single leg balance, like I said, some men might get irritated, or some people want to rush to pick up a whole lot of weights because that's where you'll get the resistance training, where you get hypertrophy or muscle growth and tone. Same thing. It's the same thing as hypertrophy. That's usually going to be with loaded heavy weight. Though, if you don't train for balance and stability, it's likely you can be more prone to injuries. And also, as we mature, you just can't wake up out the blue and all of a sudden train balance. That's something that you want to get your body to be used to and to fire and to ask your body to respond to on a regular basis, right? So, a lot of the single uh, one arm or one leg movements that we do will challenge you to engage for your body, your nervous system to fire to balance, just like if you're walking on a tightrope. Those are extremely important movement practices, and they'll become more important as we mature, right? So over here, we're always making deposits into the things 10, 20, maybe 5 years down the line that will be coming for our body, right? So we want balance and we want mobility, right? The flexibility, that's us being all bendy. Most people like that with yoga. But mobility, you want to see how open your joints are. You may go to do a movement and find like, wow, I can only move right here. It's really, really stiff. If you have limited range of motion or limited mobility, then you go to pick up a load and do something that's likely you're going to get an injury, right? So I like for us to be like really strategic and conscientious. Any movement pattern we're doing, everything we do is for a reason. You have to be able to justify why you're giving somebody something. If it's a pregnant person, a short person, somebody's rehabbing from a surgery, somebody that's deconditioned, somebody that's several hundred pounds or maybe perhaps unhealthfully overweight. The goal is never to beat you into submission. You want to respect the body, right? And see where you are. And then also, when you start doing these different types of movement patterns, most of the time we're walking forward, but we're not walking side to side. We're not walking to the rear. So that means we're leaving out whole muscle groups, right? That means somebody else is getting overworked. And that also means there are joints that are being overtaxed, right? And that means you're not going to fire and burn fuel, AKA calories, as efficiently. Does that make sense? So I like for you to like just put in there like basic comprehensive education. That's going to fire in your mind. It's going to come to mind. Your light bulb is going to go off if you take another class, or sometimes during the day, or even in life, when life happens, you're like, wow, thank goodness I had to pull myself back off of that curb when that car was coming by. Good thing I move in different directions. Good thing I do multi-directional training. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So that being said, let's put the heart rate monitor on. Let's synchronize our bat watches. Some people probably don't even know what that is. The bat watch. That's a known. That's a whole nother generation, right?
Yes.
I've got my heart rate monitor on. I like to set this for functional training, because functional training, we're doing movements that mimic what we need to do every day in life, right? So we're doing functional training, which also I find to be super efficient. So my heart rate right now is at 74%. So, excuse me, 72 beats per minute. And that's only 40%. So we're synchronizing all of that. And we'll get moving. So if you have your bands with you?
Yes, just the lightweight band.
Okay, so you have the band, you can do that. You can just use your body weight. If somebody's more advanced, they can do that. So let's go ahead and get warmed up. Top of the morning, you got your water, your sarsaparilla. Hear you?
Yes. Yes.
So let's put the one off the cover. All right, so let's start with your body nice and warmed up. So you're tucking the pelvis under. Belly button is drawn to the spine. Let's start by releasing the lower back, right? So we're lifting the knees to the chest, really making an effort to touch the knee to the chest. Your arms are fully extended, palms parallel to the floor. As you lift the knees, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So that's giving you mobility in your shoulders. At the same time, you're alternating, touching your knees to the chest. There we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trying to touch the chest. 8, 9, 10. Good. Next movement pattern is you're alternately stepping forward. You're striking or landing on the heel, and you're taking your hips back. So I step forward, my heel, my hips reach back. I want to feel a nice big stretch in the back of the leg. I'm striving to touch my fingertips to the floor. And you're going to alternate sides. Stomach muscles pulled in. So this is 2, 2, abdominals drawn in. 3, getting a stretch in your hamstring. So this is your dynamic stretch. It's not just a holding stretch. So we can get some blood flow to the back of the legs and also start to warm up the lower back. Next movement pattern, balance. Here's your standing leg. Cross your ankle over the opposite knee. Take your time and sit back. So if you fall over a little bit, that's okay because you're training balance. As you sit your hip back, you're going to feel your hip open around your glute and alternate sides. Cross it and sit back. So you're letting that knee open out to the side so you can feel a stretch around your hip. I feel a big stretch here. Switch sides, sit back. Challenging the balance. Good. The more that knee opens out to the side, the more you'll feel the stretch around the hip, and that stretch will travel to your lower back. Good. 2 more. So 2. Good. And 1. Next movement pattern, you're going to reach and step backwards. As you step backwards, you're reaching your fingertips up to the ceiling. Make sure your back knee does not slam to the floor. Your elbows go straight. Your fingertips touch the ceiling, belly button drawn into the spine. Step back. So step it back. 1. 1. Opening up the hips. 2. 2. 3. 3. Fingertips reach for the ceiling. 4. 4. Being protective of the back knee. 5. 5. Getting the body warmed up. 6. 6. 4 more. 4. 4. Good. 3. 3. 2. 2. 1. Good. 1. Next movement pattern, one of my favorites, belly button drawn in, standing kicks. So foot is going over to the opposite hand. So striving to bring the foot up to touch the opposite hand. Arms are fully extended. Kick it up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Your superset, open the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Sit your hips and butt parallel to the floor. Arms go straight. So you're striving to keep the elbows totally straight, whatever your range of motion is. Ready? Here we go. So it's 1, 2, driving through the heels as you come up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, using your breath. 8, 9, 10. Going back to your standing kicks. Same foot, same hand. Arms fully extended. Pick it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So open your legs a little bit wider. That same sit, reach. Sit it down, reach it up. So this would be 1. Yep, elbows, try to straighten out your elbows a little bit more. 2. So it's going to help your posture. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Standing kicks on the diagonal again. Kick it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One more time, sit, reach. Belly button drawn in. 1, really strive to push your elbow straight. So this would be 1. Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Warm the body up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold 10. Put the hands into prayer position. Put the hands on the inside of the knees. Keep the spine nice and tall and gently push the knees open. Feel the big stretch. I'm going to extend one arm, palm down, and try to straighten out the elbows. Feel that stretch travel all the way down to your lower back. Come to prayer position again. Press the knees open. Opposite side. Extend the arm. Reach all the way through your fingertips so you can feel the stretch travel down the side of your body. Press the hands together again. Place the hands on the floor. Keep your hands on the floor. Press your legs straight. Drop your butt down and then straighten. Drop it down and straighten. Drop it down, straighten. This time grab opposite elbows and let your body weight hang down. Just sway gently side to side. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Slowly roll up. Head should be the last thing to roll up. So we have external rotation, opening up the hips, still hip mobility, still warming up the body. So external hip rotation. So I have a foam roller, or you can use a stick, or you can just do your legs. So external hip rotation, kick it over. So this would be 1, 2, use your breath, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Internal rotation. 1, 2, get movement in the hips. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That same leg, you have your side kicks, or roundhouse, as my son likes to say. This leg is your standing leg, kick it straight out. So it's 1, 25, 2, 3, working your obliques, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. We're going to just take a quick set of Harriet squats. So, Harriet squats. You have.
I have to go get my charger. I'm sorry. I just keep going and I'll be right back.
Okay, so I'll take a
keep going. Harriet squat.
So belly button is drawn into the spine. You're reaching your hips and glutes back parallel to the floor. So at no point am I rounding my back. I want my hips and glutes to go parallel. So if I was to use as a marker, because usually most people say they can't squat, but you have to sit on a toilet. So that's a perfect squat. If you had to go to the bathroom in a New York City train station and you don't want your butt to touch, your hips will reach backward. So that's going to keep you out of your knees. Your hips will always reach backward. There's no reason at all for me to round my back, right? So you can use a chair or you can use your bench as a marker. When you're standing all the way up, make sure you squeeze your glutes, right? From sitting down all day, we're in a flex position. You want to open up your hip joint. You'll do that by squeezing your glutes. So that means that your hip joint opens all the way up. So this is not open, this is open. So open your feet a little bit wider than the hips. Belly button is drawn in. We're going to tempo. We want to keep constant tension on the thighs and the glutes. So you're using your breath, right? So reach your hips back. Try not to rest on your knees, right? Your hands can go in between your knees, but make sure you don't rest there. Come up and squeeze. So we're going to tempo, right? Ready? Here we go. So it's 1, 2, 3. Stomach muscles drawn in. 4, 5, 6, 7. Reach your hips back. 8, 9. Hold 10. 10, 9. Hold 10. 8, 7. Try to straighten your elbows. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stand and squeeze the glutes. Good. Go again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Sit it down. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's an isometric contraction. 4, 3, 2. Stand, squeeze your glutes. Good. Go again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Hold it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Shake it out. Woo. You got 10 more. So you're using your own body weight. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Legs getting toasty. 4, 3, 2. Last isometric hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo. Shake it out. You have that other side, external hip rotation. So bringing some mobility to the hips. We want to keep the hip joint nice and open. 10 repetitions externally, 10 internally. Here we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Internal rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Side kicks or your roundhouse. So working your obliques, because it's your obliques. They help support your back and they're helping you lift up the weight of the leg. Also working glute medius. Kick it out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You feel your obliques there?
Yes.
Right over there. So we don't wait to the end of the movement practice to work our core. We want it working function. That's when we need the core engaged, like all day. So you feel nice and warm?
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming down to the floor so we can activate your core a little bit more. We have our first set of plank steps. So you're coming down to the floor. You're in tabletop position on all fours. You're tucking the hips under, right? I'm spreading my fingertips, pressing my hands into the floor, pressing my body away from the floor, so I'm activating my scapula. No time am I letting my body drop down. If you're taking the modification, which is fine, you get the same benefit, you're tapping the toe. I'm striving to bring my knee right up underneath my chest, right? Place it back down. Knee underneath the chest, place it back down. If you're feeling stronger, activate your scapula, press your hands into the floor. So we don't want to put our hips and butt in the air. We're keeping the hips tucked under. Right foot is stepping right outside the right hand. Watch whatever your range of motion is. I'm going to rotate to the right, reach my right fingertips up to the ceiling. My back heel, I'm pushing to the back wall. I'm squeezing that left glute so that I feel a stretch in that left hip. Breathe. Place the hand down. Keep your hips and butt out of the air. Step center. Left foot steps outside the left hand. Push your right heel to the back wall. Rotate to your left. Reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Really press that left heel back. I'm squeezing my right glute so I can feel a stretch in my right hip. Turn that hand down. Step center. Now keep pressing your hands away from the floor. Step more to tempo. So this is 2, 2, or you take the modification. 3, 3, 4, 4. Go for 10. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. So keep pressing your hands into the floor. Press your heels down so you can feel the stretch in your calf. Walk your hands backwards. Woo, feel the stretch there for a moment. And roll up. Your head is the last thing to roll up. So body temperature should be nice and warm, just with our own body weight. So we have a single leg, sit down, get up. So this would be preparation for like a single leg squat. So we're just gonna do a modification. So I have the like little stool here or a chair. So again, this is good for stability in your knees. So if you feel your knees, that means that your alignment is off. So I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see a little bit, right? My hips are always going backwards, so I stay out of my knees. So that's perfect, right? My hips are on back of my knees. This is gonna be my standing leg. I'm gonna step it forward a little bit. Again, if you feel your knees, that might mean that your foot is too far back. So watch the alignment between, here's my hip and my shoulders. Here my knees are like a 90 degree. You may need to step your foot a little bit forward, right? So my opposite foot, I'm going to, let me turn the camera so you can see a little bit more. My opposite foot is resting on the heel. So let me switch it around. This foot is standing foot. This foot is resting on the heel. All I want you to do is keep your core engaged, stand up, and squeeze your glutes. So if you squeeze the glutes, that means that the hip is going to open at the top. Set your hips back down. It's very easy. Use your core, sit down, and stand up. So that's the movement pattern, right? So later on, we can progress this with load, but right now we're using your own body weight. I'm just going to turn to the side so that I can see your form. So again, I'm sitting down. This is my standing leg. Notice my feet are about hip distance apart, stomach muscles pulled in. My chest is open, my spine is nice and tall. Drive into this standing leg heel and stand up. Good, and sit. Yeah, there we go. So it's 2, good, and sit. So 3, the standing leg is gonna get most of the work. 4, and sit. 5, good, and sit. 6. If this is too easy, then you would add your medicine ball or your gallon of water. You would just hold it right in front of your chest. Now, just with your body weight, if I want to make it a little bit more challenging, I can pick up my foot and then sit. Right, so it's a slow progression. Put the heel back down, sit, pick up the foot, and try to control, try to use your core. So as much as possible, you're not plopping down to the chair, right? Pick up the foot and sit. Good, stand, pick up the foot and sit. So working your core and your balance and sit, switch sides. So now here's my standing leg. Feet are open about hip distance apart. I'm driving this heel into the floor, right? This foot, my toes are also pointed up on this leg towards my face. Stand, squeeze your glute as you stand and sit. Belly button is drawn into your spine. Good, and sit, stand, and sit. So this is like a manageable progression for most people, right? So this is helping you to build stability between your ankle, your knee, and your hip. Good, so now I'm gonna stand. Now usually one side is more stable than the other. I'm gonna pick the foot up and strive to sit down with control. Place the heel down, stand, pick that foot up, and sit with control. Pick it up, and sit. And sit. Pick it up, and sit. 2 more. Stand up, squeeze the glute, and sit. Good, and sit. Next movement pattern, grabbing your band. So you don't need a heavy band for this. Working on your posture, scapular retraction. So scapular retraction means that the shoulder blades are coming together. So if I was to put my hand in a karate chop in the center of your back, you should be able to close my hand between your shoulder blades. So my elbow, notice my elbow is not bent, right? It's not locked out, but I'm opening up the band across the chest right here. So I'm going to step back. As I come up and stand and squeeze my glute, I'm going to open the band across the chest. This is working your rear deltoid or the rear part of your shoulder girdle. So I'm going to step back, plant, come up and squeeze. So we're getting several things at one time. Scapular retraction, core, also the standing leg and balance. Ready? Here we go. Stand and open. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open it wide. 5. Shoulder blades should touch in the back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. Drop the band down. You're going to stay in a stagger stance, right? A split stance. Touch your fingertips down to the floor. Come up the balls of your feet, reach for the ceiling. So it's 1, 2. If you're strong, you can add a little hop. 3, 4, 5. Working the standing leg. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. You feel the standing leg? Woo. Yes? Good, excellent. Other side. So you have step back, scapular retraction. Woo. So step back. As you come up, you're going to open the shoulder blades. Right, here we go. 1, 15 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, using your breath. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Drop the band down. Your feet are hip distance apart. Stagger stance. Reach the fingertips toward the floor and reach for the ceiling. 1, 2. You can add a little hop. 3, 4, 5. Go for 15. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, good, and 15. Recovery, lift the knees to the chest. Body should be super warm. Grab some water. Whew. All right, take a commercial break. Heart rate went up to 80-something%. So your active rest. Coming down to the floor for your push-ups. So we don't have the medicine ball today, right? So your tucking is under from tabletop position, right? So your core is engaged. Knees are slightly in back of the hips. Cross the feet at the ankles. So what you're going to do today, just to make it a little more challenging, is squeeze your glutes. Down, exhale up. Touch your opposite shoulder. Down, exhale up. Touch your opposite shoulder. So you're moving a little bit of stability And that's going to help you to train and engage your core. So make sure you listen to your inhale and your exhale. Ready? If you keep your glutes engaged, you're working your core the whole time. Ready? Here we go. Down, exhale up, tap, that's one. Down, exhale up, that's one over here. Down, exhale up, two. Down, exhale up, two. Squeeze your glutes. Down, exhale up, three. Down, exhale up, three. Down, exhale up, four. Down, exhale up, four. Do what you're able to. Down, exhale up, five. Hips tucked under. Down, exhale up, five. Down, exhale up, six. Down, exhale up, six. Down, exhale up, seven. Down, exhale up, seven. Down, exhale up, eight. Down, exhale up, eight. Two more. Down, exhale up, nine. Down, exhale up, nine. Down, exhale up, 10. Down, exhale up, and 10. We'll get a little bit of core. And while we're down here, so we'll take your mountain climbers, and then we have our lizard mountain climbers. So press your hands into the floor, press your body away from the floor, activate your scapula. Your hips are tucked under. We're going for 10, 10, 10. Press the hands into the floor. So modified, just tap the toe, bring your knee to your chest, or from a fully extended position, tuck your hips under. Ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mobility break. So you're sitting down. Also, I'm going to keep the hips nice and open. Your core temperature should be nice and hot. Open your legs wider than the hips. We're going to drop the knees side to side. This will also be your active recovery. Our heart rate went to about 80-something%. So, no hands. Drop your knees all the way to one side. Yes, good. Center, opposite side. Okay, that's one. Drop it side and drop it side. That's two. Drop it side, drop it side. That's three. Drop it side, drop it side. Four. Drop it side and drop it side. Hold for a moment. So now the body's nice and warm. You're going to decline to your rear elbow. Just to your elbow, you start to feel a tremendous stretch in the front of the thigh. So squeeze your glute. That's going to allow you to feel even more stretch here in the front. This being tight, even though it's in the front of the body, will contribute to back pain. Your top arm, palm down. Extend your arm overhead at the same time you're squeezing the glute on this side. Feel a big stretch. Breathe into your stretch. Now, your stretch should be to the point of slight discomfort, right? We never want to stretch your body when it's cold. See if you can bring the other elbow or hand down to the floor. See if you feel a little bit more stretch. You feel a big stretch there, Tracy?
Yes.
Yep. Squeeze your butt cheeks, squeeze your glute. Feel a deeper stretch. Good. Come up and drop your knees over to the opposite side. Good. Decline down to your elbow. So notice this side on me is much tighter than the opposite side. Right? Feel that big stretch here. Squeeze your butt cheek. That'll help you feel more stretch. You're trying to get right in here in the psoas. Good. Palm down. Extend your arm. Top arm overhead. Keep squeezing the glute. Feel a big stretch here. Good. And release. Let's come back onto all four. That was our active rest. So we're coming back to that plank position, still working core, because we work core the whole time. Right? Press your hands into the floor. Activate your scapula. Extend the legs. Or if you're in a modified position, you would just stay on all fours and bring your knee to the same side to think of your knee coming past your elbow. And that's really going to work your oblique muscle. Your obliques wrap into your back and support your back. So the knee is coming right over here. If you're a little stronger, press your hands into the floor. We never want to sink into the shoulders. Tuck your hips under. Right knee to right elbow for 5 reps. Use your breath. Here we go. 1, 2. Press your hands into the floor. 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take a little rest. So your core temperature should still be hot, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, you're actively pressing your hands into the floor, pressing your body away from the floor so your scapula stays active. Same movement pattern. Here we go. Straighten the legs out, tuck your hips under. Right side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And coming back up. Whew. So we don't like to wait to the end to get that core work in. Right, let's see your heart rate. So we're nice and recovered, only at 67%. All right, so let's see what else we got in our bag of tricks today. Oh boy. So we have forward, reverse, step, right? So we do a lot of also lower body because they're bigger muscle groups and they burn a whole heap of calories, right? So it's forward and reverse. So if you have issues with your knees, you can simply double up and you can just do reverse. Usually people are tight or they have areas that are weak. So you're gonna make sure your alignment is good. If ever you're stepping forward and you're coming over your knee, that shearing force is usually what's causing knee issues. So you're gonna make sure your body is upright. So here's my standing leg, here's my moving leg. I'm simply gonna step forward. My left knee, my back knee is never slamming into the floor, and then reverse, right? Step forward, and then reverse. So take your time, listen to your breath to help guide your movement. Ready? Here we go. So it's 1, and step back. That's 1. Standing leg gets to work. 2, you're also working your balance. And 2, 3. 3, you can hold onto your hips, so you can bring your hands in the front. 4, and 4, 5, and 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. Leg is starting to get hot. 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11. 4 more. 12, 12, 13. Stomach muscles pulled in. 13, 14, 14, 15, good, and 15. Opposite side. Tuck your pelvis under. Belly button is drawn to your spine. Ready? Here we go. 15 reps. So it's 1. 1. Give myself a little more room. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. Use your breath. 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 10. Last 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Good, and 1. Shake it out. So you should feel your standing leg. Heart rate then went up to 81%. Oh, we're doing great on time. So we have trunk rotation with our squats, our Harriet squats. What would Harriet do? So you can use your body weight If you're using your body weight, sit your hips back. You can open your feet a little wider than hip distance. Parallel to the floor, do not rest on your thighs. Your elbows can be in between, but don't rest there. Come up, knee up, sit down, knee up. So core is engaged, belly buttons is fine. We're not here, right? We're getting cardio, thighs, core at the same time. Woo, wrap your mind around it. Ready? Here we go. So it's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Now, pause. If I had a basketball or a water bottle, I could add a trunk rotation so I get more bang for my buck, right? So we got 4 in the bank. Same thing, I would just add a little bit of a trunk rotation. So it's 5, 5, but body weight is fine. 6, 6, 7, sit parallel. 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. You can just do body weight. 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16. I'm at 80%. 17, 17, 18, 18. Woo. 19, 19. Last 6, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3. Just do what you're able to. 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Ooh, lift the knees to the chest. Scale of 1 to 10. Whew. My heart rate is at 85%. Take a quick sip of water. What we got left? So after rest, while we're letting the heart recover, we'll take another set of those push-ups. So women, initially, especially untrained, we don't have the same amount of upper body strength. So that's what we want to train. Even if we don't use dumbbells, your push-ups done properly or done efficiently enough to activate your core and to tone up your arms. So from tabletop position, hips tucked under, knees slightly in back of the hips, cross the feet at the ankles. So today we have, now make sure you keep your glutes squeezed the whole time. I'm not humping the floor. I'm not kissing the floor. So it's down, exhale up, touch the opposite shoulder, down, exhale up, touch the opposite shoulder. Make sure your elbow goes straight at the top. Listen to your breath. Ready, here we go. Down, exhale up, plus 1, and 1, 2, and 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Squeeze your glutes. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10. Good. And then 10. We're going to go right into a quick set of alternate arm leg reach for core. So hips tucked under, knees line up the hips, right elbow to left knee, extend. When you extend, think of your arm and leg, they're all reaching up on the same plane, so it should be nice and even. Listen to your breath. Ready, right elbow to left knee. So it's 1, 2, 3, thumb to the ceiling, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, great for your back, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1. Add a little bit of the tail wag. So you're releasing the lower back over to the opposite side. So all of this is not cardiovascular. Whew. My core temperature is still nice and hot. That's what I want. So hips tucked under. Draw the belly button into the spine. Opposite side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gonna add a little bit of a tail wag. So we'll take external hip rotation while we're down here. Tabletop position. Working glute medius, keeping the hips nice and open. Press the hands into the floor. Big circles outward. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. Opposite side. Tuck the hips under, belly button drawn into the spine. External hip rotation. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big circles. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. Coming up to standing, so we have the other side. We're going to take a forward and reverse lunge. Whew.
Wait a minute.
Body nice and hot.
I did, but
You all right?
yeah, I thought we both had.
We did do both sides. Oh, okay. So we have, oh man, we still have one more movement pattern. We have your knee ups, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had knee ups, these, you know, so we got to knock out one quick set on each side. So cardio, core, legs all at one time, right? So only 25 on each leg, no 30 today. So make sure you spread the toes on your standing leg. You're using, so your feet are open a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Your pelvis is tucked under, so you're supporting your spine. And if my right leg, I'm never slamming my back knee into the floor. If my right leg is forward, then my opposite arm is forward, and the other arm is pulled back, right? So focusing on the thighs and the glutes. Really use your breath to help you drive that leg up. So you can make it also more cardiovascular, right? So ready? Take it back. Only 25 reps. Yeah, we did do both sides. Ready? Here we go. So it's 1. Drop it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, steady tempo, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. You feel your standing leg?
Yeah.
So 25, between 25 and 30 reps is enough for muscular endurance. That's a good amount even with your body weight to tone up your legs. So open the legs up, hip distance, use your breath. Woo. My heart rate, let me move my little gong. It's at 75%. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You don't want no extra? 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1. So all of our upper body's out of, the lower body's out of the way, coming down to the floor. A little bit more core. Woo. That's already at least heart rate's at 80% is 250 calories. So I know what people talking about. 600 calories in half an hour. What are they doing? All right. So lying back on the floor, we're going to take a set of bridge for your hamstrings and your glutes. Very functional. You're strengthening your glutes and also stabilizing your lower back, right? When you have to press up, your core has to engage. That's helping give stability to your lower back, right? So it's a very functional movement. As you exhale and press up, think of putting your hips on the ceiling. Make sure you don't grab your mat. Try to press your hands if you can flat. Tuck your pelvis under, right? That's going to stabilize your back. Ready? Here we go. Press it up. 1, 2. Open your knees a little bit at the top. 3, 4 to give you more access to the glutes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it up. Flutter, squeeze the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower down. Again, press it up. 1, 2, all the way up. 3, 4, 5, all the way to the ceiling. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Last 5 all the way up. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Flutter, squeeze the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower down. Bring your knees into the chest. Rock gently side to side. Give your lower back a massage. Teeny bit more core. So reverse crunch. We don't even have to use the upper body. So you're rolling your knees into the chest and then extend. So you make sure you tuck your pelvis under. Lower back should stay glued to the floor at all times, right? When you extend, your legs don't have to come down low. Only extend to the point where you can keep your back to the floor. If it pops off, you are likely compromising your back. Exhale, roll it up, and let your hips roll off the floor. So it's 1, extend. 2, extend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Last 10, 10, 9. Glue your lower back to the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1, and relax. So extend that left leg nice and straight. Tuck your pelvis under. Take the right leg up so the bottom of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. Palms down out to your side. Gently drop that right foot over to the left side. Feel a big stretch in your back. Breathe into your stretch. Then pick that right leg up, lower it down. Now the right leg is straight. Pick up the left leg. The bottom of the left foot is parallel to the floor. Gently drop that left leg over to your right side. Feel the stretch in your back. You can feel free to take your heel of your hand, give your lower back a little massage. Arms outstretched to the side will also allow you to feel more stretch in your lower back. Pick that leg up. Good, both legs up. I'm gonna cross my right foot over my left knee. I'm gonna stick my right arm straight through the center. Both hands come behind my left knee, and I'm gonna gently pull both legs in towards my face. My right elbow is pressing outward on my right knee, so I feel tremendous stretch in my right hip. Breathe into the stretch. The more you let your hips roll off the floor, the better, the deeper the stretch. Both legs up. Cross the left foot over the right knee. I'm going to stick my left hand straight down through the center. Both hands come behind the right knee. Pull both legs in toward your face. Take the left elbow and press open on that left knee. Feel a big stretch around your left hip. And breathe into the stretch. Good. Both arms out to the side. Legs up 45 degrees. Knees together. Draw both legs over to the left side. Feel more stretch in the lower back. Center. Both legs drop over to the right side. Breathe into your stretch. Body still cool itself down. Center. Drop both legs to the left. Center. Both legs to the right. Good. I'm going to roll over to my left side, place my top hand down, and press myself up. So my left leg is extended, or you may be mirroring me. Left leg is extended nice and straight. I'm going to square my hips off so my imaginary headlights on my hips are pointed straight ahead. So this leg is also active. This is not active. This is active. So I want to line up the joints, line up the hips. Stomach muscles pulled in. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands forward. Reach for either your calf, your ankle, or around the foot. Inhale. Exhale. Reach your chest forward. So if you're rounded, you're not going to get as much of a stretch. But if you extend that chest forward, you're going to feel more stretch in the back of your hamstring and around your glute. My bent leg, I can feel the stretch as I press my right foot into my left leg. I feel the stretch around my right hip. Breathe into your stretch. Good. Release and switch sides. So I'm extending the right leg. I'm bending my left leg. I'm sandwiching my left foot into my right thigh. This extended right leg is nice and active. Belly button drawn in. Inhale, exhale, walk your hands forward. Reach for either your calf, your ankles, or around the foot. If you're super flexible, you can turn and bend this front hand, bend it towards you, and that will allow you to get even more of a stretch. Extend, reach your chest forward, and breathe into the stretch. Listen to your inhale and your exhale. Feel that stretch around that bent leg, around the hip. Good, and relax. Open it to a nice straddle. So whatever your range of motion is, respect your range of motion. Belly button drawn in. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands forward. Reach your chest forward and feel a big stretch in the groin area. Wiggle your feet so you can work your way into the stretch. Breathe into the stretch. On each exhale, the body opens a bit more. Maybe reaching the chest forward. Walk the hands back. I'm going to lean over to my right side. You may be mirroring me. So I'm leaning over to my right side. I'm reaching my palm down, my left fingertip towards my right toes. So I'm lifting up and out of my hips so I can feel a stretch along the side of the body. And breathe into the stretch. Circle the arm around and bring it over again. Good. Body floats up over to the opposite side. So I'm reaching my right fingertips over towards my left toes. Again, I'm lifting up and out of my hip so I feel a stretch along the side of the body. Breathe into the stretch. Circle the arm around and reach it over again. Allow the body to float up. We're going to sit in our little box position. So I'm making a box with my ankles as much as you can over the knees. Sometimes if you're tight, the top leg may be a bit higher. So my ankle is over the knee. So I'm going to feel a stretch on that top leg around the hip and the glute. We're constantly doing work to keep our hips open. I'm going to decline onto my elbows and walk my arms forward. And that gives me a nice big stretch on that top leg. All right. Breathe into your stretch. Good, and switch sides. So again, you're going to make a nice little box or whatever you're able to do, right? It should only be to a point of slight discomfort. So I'm crossing my ankles over the knees. If you have a consistent movement practice, you can watch your body open up on the belly just a little bit and decline onto your elbows. You're going to feel a big stretch in that top hip.
And breathe into the stretch. Ooh. This area being tight is going to contribute to issues with your back, a tight back. Body's pulling itself down. And let's just come up, take a moment to ground yourself in your practice. Sitting nice and tall, we're going to take a nice, long, deep breath. This is the neck, so we want to just envision the lungs are down here. We want them to expand and fill with air, which is giving your diaphragm and also your intestines a nice little massage to help you have a nice elimination. This one, so the spine is nice and tall. Take a nice, big, deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. You start to notice the flow of air in and out of your body. Bring your awareness to your toes. Allow your big toes and your pinky toes to relax in the direction of the floor. Allow the tops of your feet, your heels, your calves, and your shins to relax. Allow your knees, your thighs, your hips and glutes to rest into the floor. Allow your lower back, your stomach, your torso, and your chest to relax. Allow your heart to soften and expand. Allow your chest, your shoulders, and upper back to relax into the floor. Notice as your fingertips, your thumbs, your pinkies, your palms and wrists soften and relax. Notice as your forearms, your elbows, your upper arms become heavy and rest in the direction of the floor. Allow your upper arms and shoulders, your neck and your head to soften and relax. Notice as your ears rest gently along the sides of your face. Your tongue rests gently in your mouth. Your eyes rest softly in the sockets. Your brain relaxes and softens inside of your precious skull. I invite you to bring to mind something that you are grateful for. See if you can bring to your mind's eye something that brings laughter and a smile to your face. I'd like you to take a mental snapshot of what intentional relaxation, what it looks like and feels like in your body. In case you should need to access it during the course of the day, should you become triggered or encounter another human who's triggered. You're invited today to feed yourself, to nourish yourself with the most colorful, nutrient-dense, life force, vitality-filled, peaceful fuel that is peaceful to your brain, your arteries, your colon, your skin, your heart, food that loves you back. And you're invited to create a great day on purpose just because you said so. All right. Good. Nice movement practice. That's it. We got about, I got a little 295. I'll take it. I will take it. Y'all create a great day on purpose. So, great day. See you in the morning.
Okay.